What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Boulder Media Radio. I am your host, Javier, and I am back with internet in my house, this is really good. I've been doing our Boulder Media Radio for the past few days, last week at a library in our community, and so it's been really tough to do the show at home when it's supposed to be scheduled. And on top of that, it was just really tough to do a lot of work whenever you're a digital agency and you require to have internet to do work. And so I was still able to get a lot of work done. Productivity was actually through the roof when I was at the library. Pretty awesome, where I would basically spend some time in a room that you could get to rent out for free and just do my studying in there. And so the whole purpose behind that is that they have the library that we're in, they let you rent out the rooms and use them for studying or for whatever you want to do. And so I just use it for business. So I was doing a lot of sales calls. I was doing some prospecting. I was just doing all sorts of stuff. And so I kept myself occupied. I kept myself busy. Even having no internet, you still got to be creative. And so last week was pretty powerful. A lot of cool stuff took place. And so I can't complain. I got to say that I had great week last week. And on top of that, we were able to do 3 episodes of Boulder Media Radio, which is really awesome. I have not done 3 in a week yet, and they have not been published yet. So if you guys are following us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. I'll put the link below to subscribe to it, but you could also just go to it. It's going to be youtube.com/JavyKicks, JavyKixS. All right. That's my personal YouTube. And then if you are going to find us on our podcast with iTunes or Stitcher, it's going to be under Boulder Media Radio. And so again, we're just delivering you really valuable content, really good stuff. And I know, so I was talking to my brother-in-law last week, I think, maybe the week before, maybe last week. And we're talking on the phone, and he was just kind of bringing up, he's like, tell me more about what you do. And so he thought all I did was like social media ads, and that's it. And he's like, I don't really know if the people I kind of work with is going to really benefit from just social media stuff. And I basically said, is like, hey, let's just chat and figure out what you need for, the companies that you deal with or that you see that you're always in touch with. And I'll let you know what I do and how I can come up with solutions. And so this is one of the reasons why we're called Boulder Media Solutions, is because we are providing business solutions for your marketing sales systems. And if you don't even have a system, we're providing solutions for that. So long story short, we started talking about emailing and how I can help with that area, because this company that his uncle works for, generating a boatload of leads through Dave Ramsey's like network. So like Dave Ramsey, basically, like you have to be like an EPL or something like that. I forget, like a certified company with Dave Ramsey. And if you're certified with him, then depending on your locations, it'll be shooting out, leads to you. And like these guys are like popping up leads left and right. Okay. So lead generation, not an issue. However, nurturing these leads, that's an issue. That's a challenge. So it was just cool to have a conversation and talk about what Boulder Media Solutions is all about. And so, the same conversation kind of came up this weekend with my wife. She went to some birthday party up north for Gabriel, my son, to celebrate and have some fun. And a lot of the spouses, a lot of the friends were like, so what's Javier doing now? And what does he do? And so she had to explain it. And it's kind of weird, but it's basically marketing in a digital world. And so that's what we do. Boulder Media Solutions is offering digital solutions for marketing. All right. So we're a digital marketing agency, and we do everything from just your normal, social media campaigns, but I'm not going to say normal, kind of like what you think is normal, but we put campaigns together. We put strategy behind this to, SEO, to web design, and as well as email marketing and some other stuff in between, everything from like text messaging and voicemails and stuff like that. So we're really a huge solution to your business problems that you may not even thought you had a problem for. And so my goal is to deliver different content. And through this, through this whole thing, when I was talking to my brother-in-law last week, and this is where I'm getting to, he's like, Javier, what would be really awesome is if you actually did interviews. If you did interviews with other people. He's like, I just love listening to podcasts and listening to other people. And I was like, I kind of started laughing. I was like, Jeff, that's already in the works, dude. He's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, I've got some people that are lined up. We just got to get our schedule lined up. I've got people interested in doing the interviews. And I'm really excited about doing these interviews. So some people that I've got kind of coming up, and we got to schedule these. One of them is a gym owner in California. His name is Gino. So Gino, if you're watching this, shout out to you, man. All right, I won't give out any more than that. But he runs his gym really unique. All right, he's got a really successful fitness studio. I've been watching him come up through the ranks, literally. All right, and he runs a gym very culture based. Like you got to buy into the culture to be part of that gym. And there aren't a lot of businesses that literally run that way. They don't run like a culture based business and say like, hey, if you want to be part of our gym, that's great. We want you here, but you've got to buy into the culture. And so, what Gino's doing is different. So we're going to be interviewing him. And I've got a few other people that I've got lined up. One of my friends from high school, he actually does a lot of video editing. He's really, really good and creative for this agency in Nashville, Tennessee. And he essentially does a lot of campaigns for politics, okay? And other stuff as well too. So we're going to see, his angle of marketing and what he sees in his experience and what really gets viewers into what your video is. And so he was one of the guys that inspired me to start doing podcasting, to start doing videos like this, to start doing these sort of things. And I didn't really know. I'm like, I think that's a great idea. I want to do that. And I was just kind of getting my bearings and stuff like that. So 18 months later, I kind of got it going. I did it a little bit on my other company, but then now we got a full-fledged podcast going on. So if you are, like I said, following us on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And subscribe to our iTunes or Stitcher channel, which is going to be Boulder Media Radio. And let's go into our topic for today. Okay, so the topic for today is how to best leverage YouTube for local business. And, it's interesting. I talked to a lot of businesses, from different niches. Okay. I talked to martial arts studios. I talked to, this is a lady that locally owns a Postnet. I talked to, a life coach. I talked to home inspectors, all these types of niches. And the one thing that they're missing, in my opinion, and what could probably really, I think, just kind of change things for them, like game changer almost, is video and using YouTube to really push your message and building that audience. But here's the thing, you got to be unique, you got to be different. And so some people don't really think that YouTube is really that big of a leverage. Now, let me just kind of share something with you. YouTube is the number 2, right now at least, is the number 2 search engine. Number 2 search engine on the entire planet, okay? Number 1, probably we should all know this, is Google. Okay, so you use Google. But here's the next thing. Whenever you're trying to figure something out, you typically are going to try to YouTube it and see if you can find a how-to video to do this, how-to do that, and that goes to one of my number 1 things. If you are in an industry, if your business is where you can, have how-tos, like how to plant flowers correctly in the spring, how to landscape with rock, if you're a landscaper, how to properly style your hair for an interview, how to, do you see what I'm trying to get to? And so if you are a company, and it could be a service or product, a lot of the times it's better for service-based, but, it works for product-based as well too, because you can showcase your product and how to use it, okay? But what I'm essentially just trying to say is creating how-to videos. And if you think about it, what do you think I'm doing here with Boulder Media Radio? Having these weekly shows that I have every single week, what do you think I'm doing? I'm teaching you guys on how to improve your marketing, how to improve your sales process. Do you see what's happening? Now, I may not walk you through everything, but I'm giving you the hows, okay? On just little tips and stuff like that, or the whys. And so leveraging YouTube is a great way to build that audience. And a lot of companies don't do it because they say, well, no one's watching my videos. Well, here's the thing. You're not doing anything to promote your videos. It's kind of like this. Let's say you have a business card and you leave your business card at home. Every day before you go out, whenever you go network, you don't ever bring a business card and you say, I don't know why people aren't calling me. I network, I talk to people. Well, do you pass out business cards? Well, no. Well, you probably should. So what I'm getting to is that you need to understand that YouTube works and it's very, very effective, but it only works whenever you put good content on there. If you're just putting crap, no one's going to care about it. Like, how often do you like watching crap? So, and the other part of it is the quality of the videos. Okay. Are you using a good camera? Like, I'm using my new, not new, but my iPhone 8, I think is what it is. The iPhone 8S Plus. Okay. So I didn't get the X. So the video quality is pretty good. I'm going to be getting another cable for my actual HD camera, which shoots in 1080 HD. Dude, that is off the hook, okay? And I have a nice mic on that thing. The quality is amazing, and it makes a difference. Whenever I do my podcasts, I'm using my Blue Yeti, okay? And the audio, it's great. It really is good. And so what I'm trying to show is that if you're going to take the time to create these good videos on YouTube, put some time into it. Put thought behind what you're going to talk about. Get some quality stuff. Get some quality, video. Get some quality, camera. Get some quality mic. Get quality stuff. Don't. And I'm not saying that you can't do it from your phone and just do like a selfie phone or whatever. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that as you start building your audience, start investing in some quality stuff. Can you get away with just your regular cell phone and just do videos? You totally can, and it's effective and it's going to work given that the content is good, okay? But if you want to take it up a notch, do that, and that's going to really help with your company. It's going to help with your business, So that's number one is creating how-to videos, and you got to be creative about this because there are so many people out there that don't know how to do many things. And so they look for them. They look for all these how-to videos. And if you can create some really awesome, good how-to videos that are 5-10 minutes long, it could be quality stuff for you. All right. Number 2, and this is really cool if you're trying to teach someone from something from your computer. So you do screen flows. I do screen flows a lot. So when I'm prospecting, and I'm calling and emailing and trying to connect with potential customers, all right? So I'm prospecting, all right? What I do is I'll find some companies that we still have interactions, and they're kind of curious, but they're not really sure. So what I do is I do a screen flow for them. I take them through what ideas and strategies and concepts and why they should make these changes to, say, their website or their social media or, some other marketing concepts for like, email marketing or whatever it is. I take them through a screen flow. I show them my knowledge. And how long is a screen flow? It depends. I did one screen flow for this local company, an IT company, that was like 18 minutes long. 18 minutes, okay? Insane. And it was funny because I called the guy the next day. I was like, hey, did you have a chance to take a look at my screen flow? And he's like, yes, and I'm going to rip you a new one. And he was ticked off, but he wasn't ticked off. He was joking. He's one of those really funny guys. He's a super awesome guy. And so, my goal is to earn his business. And how do I earn his business? Easy. By showing him I care, but by also showing him what I know and what to change and how to change it and everything in between. And if you start doing those sort of things, screen flows are a really great way of doing it. And that's what I do. That's how I handle that stuff. And, what you could also do is you can save some of these screen flows and put them on your YouTube channel and show people on how to make some of these changes, how to adapt, how to any of that stuff. And so that's the thing about so cool about YouTube is that you can leverage your audience. It's amazing. You can do presentations. That's number 3. Okay. Presentations are huge if you do it the right way. So there's 2 ways in how you can handle the presentations part. You can do where it's like the entire presentation. So example is this weekend, I did my digital media roadshow seminar at Paisanos downtown, and we had 5 business owners there. Super awesome. I was projecting an hour and 15 minutes. 2 hours later, we wrapped up. And then an hour and a half after that, I had another meeting as well too. So it was a power-packed day. My point being is the presentation was recorded. I filmed it, okay? And so I filmed it for 2 reasons. I filmed it, number 1, because I wanted some good content because I was going to go over some really juicy stuff, some really action-packed, valuable things. And so, and I did that on purpose because I wanted the people that took their Saturday, okay, to learn something that was valuable. Because, at the end of it, people were like, oh my God, Javier, I thought I knew about marketing and I feel like an idiot. Like, I'm overwhelmed. I took 5 pages of notes. I mean, look at all these notes. I took all these notes. I'm like, that's awesome, man. And I was really, really happy. On the flip side, it was kind of like, I'm not going to say discouraging, but I'm like, awestruck because so many people didn't realize some things that they're kind of missing, So is it wrong? Totally isn't. It's just that they didn't know. You can't blame them. And so what I was doing is to help, is to educate, is to point them in the right direction. So when you do these presentations, you can do them one of 2 ways. You can film the entire thing, okay? And again, using the best camera that you have possible. If you just have your iPhone, dude, just use your iPhone. No worries. I used my Canon 80D HD camera, and then I put my Rodeo mic on there. It's a shotgun mic that my friend Brian told me to get, and great investment. And so I filmed it. And so I'm going to be using that. I'm going to edit it a little bit, but I'm going to be using that for my marketing. What you could also do is you can then take snippets of that presentation. And you can say, hey, if you missed this, check this out. If you missed this, check this out. And you can use it as marketing pieces. So if you're emailing somebody, if you're, doing a presentation at someone else's workshop and you want to show them what you've talked about in the past, whatever it is. Because not everyone's going to actually watch your entire video. It's just a given. There are some people that will, and they will invest that time to do that. Okay. But presentations are a great way of leveraging YouTube, because YouTube will let you, I think, put up to 60 minutes, I believe, of video content. And if it's too long, break them up. So if you can't do 60 minutes, then do 3 20-minute sessions. And you break them all up, and you do part 1, part 2, part 3. And then you can also make them smaller into segments of 1 or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, so people can actually digest them. And so you can sell these series. There's a lot of cool ways in how you can handle this, man. Number 4 on how to leverage YouTube for local business, the power of testimonials. Okay, so testimonials are huge. What that does, it gives you social proof, and so social proof is huge. Okay, if you have a testimonial and someone buys into what you're talking about or what you're saying, they're going to trust you as being the authority of whatever you're talking about. And so, testimonials are tough sometimes because the person doesn't know how to do a testimonial. So if you're asking your customer, hey, can you give me a testimonial? They might not know how to do it. So what you need to do is you need to actually ask them questions, almost like you're interviewing them. And you need to walk them through it and say, hey, I'm going to ask you these 3 questions and just answer it, like you just did with me just a second ago. And when you do that, you make the person feel comfortable. They're like, oh, that's all I have to do? Yeah, that's pretty much it. We did that a lot with our martial arts studio and in my personal training studio. We got a lot of testimonials because people's results were off the hook. And so what we did was we would just record their testimonials. We would say, hey, how is X doing? And, they'd be excited. And it's hey, let's talk about, your experience these past, 3 months or 4 months on how Johnny's improving in school. Or, if someone is, has lost 50 pounds. Let's do a testimonial. Let's talk about that. And so the best way of leveraging that is you film it. And if you can do it where you're sitting next to them, that's fine. If it's just them talking, that's fine too. It doesn't really matter. But testimonials, and you litter those on YouTube. So that when people are doing research and they find you, they're looking for whatever, then the testimonial is going to probably pop up as well too. And they're going to see what you do. And they're like, wow, this guy or this company is really awesome. Like they have some really good testimonials. I think I want to possibly do business with them. And so what happens is that that person is going to start gaining trust. All right. And then you can start getting that social proof. The more powerful your testimonials are, the more likely you're going to get better. You're going to get better sales, and you're going to get higher ticket sales. And I'm talking like high ticket items. Okay. I'm not talking like a $10 item here. I'm talking like several hundred or even several $1,000s, because these testimonials are empowering. I mean, how many of you have been watch late night TV and you see the infomercials and there's like testimonials like P90X, one of the best brands sold, okay, on infomercials, and that thing is littered with testimonials. Of course, you're going to get some success stories. Do you know why you're going to get success stories? Not because it works, because when you push this brand to like, I don't know, over 1 million people, you're bound to get 1% of those people to have some pretty good success. And that's good. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying that P90X is a crap brand. All I'm simply saying is that they did it right. They got some testimonials out of it, and they pushed the brand correctly. And they become one of the largest infomercial brands, if you will, that were sold ever. It was insane. Another one, number 5, is going to be in the day of. And this is, I kind of got this idea from Gary Vaynerchuk. So if you follow me and you're kind of seeing what I'm doing and stuff like that, you'll notice that Gary Vaynerchuk is one of my favorite people that does a lot of, I'm not going to say motivational speaking, but real talk about marketing, sales, business, everything. And when I say real talk, like, he's honest, okay? Some people like him because he is very authentic and raw, and he drops a lot of F-bombs and stuff like that. Others can't stand him because of that, all right? Love him or hate him, doesn't matter. But what is good about him is that he understands how to get good content out there, understands how to get your attention, and understands that doing this whole video thing is going to help. So what he said is what you do is what we call document your day in the day of. And the document your day is kind of cool. It's different, and not everyone does this because this is the best way I can explain it. You know how there's like these overnight successes? Like you're like, I woke up yesterday and then next this is overnight success and he made $1 million. Well, he didn't just overnight success, come out of the blue and made $1 million. There was a process behind that. Now, imagine if this person was able to document that entire journey to the point where he made $1 million. And so whenever you see the overnight success, what you really see is documentation of his journey. Isn't that kind of cool? Like, isn't that something that would probably make you want to relate to this person? You're like, I think I want to do business with this guy because I'm seeing his journey and like he's showing me everything he does. I didn't realize that doing this type of work or doing this involves more than just this. And so the best way I can explain documentation is HGTV. Great show, right? Or great channel. And Fixer Upper. I would say one of my favorite shows on HGTV is Fixer Upper, Chip and Joanne. Chip is like, he's a dude that I want to hang out and like have a beer, eat some pizza because I know I'm going to get in trouble even though I'm not trying to get in trouble. He's one of those guys that are like, you're just hoping that you don't do anything, silly. beyond the silly part, because somehow he's going to find something crazy, for that. And they're like, wow, we're on a roof, Chip. So what I'm getting to is that they document their journey of building these homes. They document, and you're like, well, they're not documenting it. It's HGTV. No. It isn't HGTV. They produce it. What they're doing is they're documenting, how they fixed this house that was a crap home, that was horrible, that, nothing was good about it. And so what they do is they document everything about it. They take these couples and they show them 3 homes, and they call them different names, and they document that. And then they, document the buy process, like which one do you want? And then they choose this one. And then that house isn't available, so they have to go buy something else. And then so they finally find the house that they want, and then they buy it. And then they talk about like design and layout and the cost and all this stuff, right? They document the entire journey. And it's kind of cool. And that's why you watch it. Now, if you're saying, well, who's going to edit all these videos? I can't document all this stuff and then edit it. You don't have to. Take your camera and film yourself. Hey, this is Javier. I'm going to be doing this whatever remodel for this house. And I want to show you what we're doing, and call it whatever you want. Make your own show, make your own channel, and make it fun. And so what you're going to do is you're going to document what you're doing. And if you're like, well, my job is boring, Javier. Like I don't have a really spectacular job. Like documenting a fix and flip is fun. So let's say that you're like a CPA. Like there's nothing cool to document. Actually, there probably is. And so you just got to find a way to make, a CPA sexy and document different things. But my point being is that you've got to be creative. And there's a lot of content on YouTube to help you figure out your creativity. I didn't say copy everybody. I simply said figure out your creativity. Okay? All right. So number 6 is I'm just going to kind of give you some pointers on some of the best niches that can use YouTube. Now, I'm not limiting these to only these 6 niches that I've picked out. These are just examples, okay? And the reason I say these are examples is that they work. If you're in a different niche, you just got to be creative in how you do it, okay? So, number 1, as far as some of the best niches to use for YouTube, is going to be a chiropractor, okay? A chiropractor, if they did a weekly show on ways on how to alleviate pain or to stretch out something or to figure out and they educated their consumer, and maybe it was like a 5-minute, 10-minute show, 15-minute show, whatever it is, and they did it once a week, okay? And they put it on YouTube, and it was called the Fix My Back With show or whatever. That's great. That's something that you can totally do because people are going to want to see that. And so chiropractors could do all sorts of things. They can get testimonials because they're giving people results. They can, do like how-tos. They can do presentations. They can do a day, in the day of, like all this stuff. A chiropractor works. If you are like number 2 and 3, I'm going to put them together. But it's going to be fitness or martial arts. But let's stick with fitness right now. Fitness, I did this a lot. I did, how to improve your pull-ups, or how to increase your squats, or how to do kettlebell swings, or do you see what's going on? And then I did testimonials. I did presentations. We did a lot of health and wellness presentations. I'd film them, okay? Or I would do like webinars, and I would film those webinars. So where I'm coming from is that these documentations was helping a lot, and I would use them for marketing pieces and stuff like that. And so if you're in the fitness industry, great way is leveraging YouTube is to document these things, okay? And the other one is martial arts. Martial arts is a great one. You can do like how to tie your belt, how to tie your uniform, how to iron your uniform, how to fold your uniform, how to do a front kick, how to do a punch. And you're like, well, that's like a 2-minute video. So that's good content, because then all of a sudden people are think that you are the authority, so that's a great one. Another one would be like a hair salon, so a great one here for the hair salon is where you show people the latest styles, you show people the newest trends, you show people some of the best cuts, You show people some of the best products that give X. Do you see what's happening? And so and you do this maybe once a week, or maybe you do this, twice a week, whatever it is, whatever your schedule allows you to do. And you do this on a regular basis. You then become that person that knows so much about it. Okay. And then another one would be nutrition. And this is a great one because everyone is trying a new diet. And my wife and my family was like, what diet are you on now? And I'm like, well, I'm trying this one. And the reason I try them is because I'm curious about them. I want to know what they're all about. I want to, I've done the keto, I've done paleo, I've done them all. Okay. And it's not because I'm like, I gotta, yes, I want to lose weight, but I want to know what they are. Because whenever I was working with fitness clients, I needed to explain what the experience was like. And so if you do nutrition, if you're doing supplementation, you do videos, great. Use it as education. Be like, with this sort of stuff, we like to, if you experience these things, is to take this supplement or take this product. And, I'm no doctor, but from my experience and from what the label explains and, who it's best for, doing these things really helps. And so what I'm getting to is that, nutrition is awesome. It's going to help, by running these videos on a regular basis, right? Next one I have is real estate. So this one is simple, man. Like, I don't know why there aren't more real estate agents doing this, okay? And the reason I say that I don't know why is because it's free. If you already have an audience of people that already want to see your homes, okay, because they're looking for a house, and they're like, wow, this person is always listing houses. Film it. Be like, hey, my name is Brian, and we have a new house that's going on the market tomorrow. And this house is killer. It's in the corner of Boulder and 17th Street, and it's a townhome in Lodo, and it's this and then you walk through and you take them through a tour of the house, and like, this is gonna be beautiful. If you have a family, like, you start pitching it, you start selling it, and you take your viewer through it. What if you did this, with every single home that you did? You're like, well, have you? That's just a lot of homes. So is it worth it to you? I mean, like, do you want to have people see your stuff? And then you kept doing that. And then here's another one. If you're a real estate agent, maybe what you do is you record experience working with you, because we've all heard horror stories about real estate agents. Okay. And maybe you record the experience and you say, hey, Chip and Joanne, we're going to use them as an example. How was your experience buying a home with, ABC Properties? And it's like, oh my God, it was amazing. I mean, we were probably the toughest buyers you've ever had. And I really feel bad, but you were patient with us. You wanted us to find the perfect home. And I really am thankful for that. And so when you start doing those sort of things, guys, what that does is it creates more content. It creates authority for you, creates authority for your business and your knowledge. And so those are some examples. I mean, like, if you were a landscaper, same thing. I would totally do it if you were a landscaper. If you were interior designer, oh man, interior designer would kill it. How many people actually see designs in magazines like, oh, it'd be awesome if I could do that. What if you had your own interior design show that you showed people how to design stuff in their house, and you did it on a weekly basis? Like, wouldn't that be powerful? I would say so. So where I'm coming from is a lot of people aren't leveraging YouTube. They basically say in a roundabout ways that, like, well, no one is really paying attention to me. No one, subscribes to me. No one. It's either that's your excuse, or you're not putting your content to the right audience, because people want to listen to what you have to say. Okay. YouTube is extremely powerful, like, to the point where my old business coach was telling me that his kids no longer watch TV. They haven't watched TV in ages, but they watch TV shows on YouTube, not YouTube Red, where you can buy, like we have YouTube Red. I'm talking about, like, they straight up watch shows, or they just watch people doing stupid stuff, because people make their own shows. I'm not talking about like a paid show. They're probably getting paid on the side, but I'm talking like their own show. They watch them. And I was like, are you kidding me, Nick? He's like, yeah. He's like, the kids just watch, some kid ran into a wall and they just watched it 10 times. I'm like, what? Or they watch this show, that they follow for somebody. Are you kidding? You can do that. And so when people say, it's like, why do you just don't have the money to do like a, fixer-upper show or something like that? You don't need the money, guys. You need the good, valuable content that makes people want to watch what you do. It's a big difference, okay? When you have valuable stuff, people want to watch it. Like, that's why people watch Chip and Joanne on HGTV Fixer Upper. They don't watch it because it's on HGTV. They watch it because they're like, man, that would be so cool if that was my home. And if I could do that with my house, that would be amazing. And people really buy into that. So, like I said, those are the 6 ways to best leverage YouTube for your local business. If you have questions on how to better use YouTube for your business, comment below. Give us a call, okay? You can private message me if you need to. You can send me an email. But my point is that we can help you. We can come up with a solution that's going to be best for your company, okay? Because our goal is to make sure that we help you succeed. We want to make sure that you guys are going to get great return on your investment, great revenue, that sort of stuff. And so the next part is this, is that if you guys have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, shameless plug, subscribe to our YouTube channel, okay? It's going to be youtube.com/JavyKicks. It's my personal channel, JavyKixs, all right? And then you could also go to our podcast as well, too. We get to load a few other new episodes on there, but you can go to our podcast, and that's going to be Boulder Media Solutions, okay? And we're going to be under the, I think, management and marketing section for iTunes, and we're also in Stitcher, and we're going to try to get out to a few other platforms as well, too. And so if you also need any kind of digital marketing assistance or work, and you need someone to coach you, you need someone to either handle your marketing for you, whatever it is with marketing or sales as well too, let us know, because we can help you. We can come up with a strategy that's going to make your business explode, okay? In a good way, all right? So thanks again for tuning in. I'm your host, Javier, with Boulder Media Solutions. This is your show, Boulder Media Radio. I will be back at it again maybe tomorrow, but if not, definitely next week. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a powerful, powerful day.